All right, welcome back, everybody. Eli Delaney here, and this is going to be a twofold. They're going to be a video for our seventhfold projects, and I'm also going to put this in my podcast for Meet Cool People. So, kind of setting the stage for everybody right out of the gate. Number one, if you are Meet Cool People, you're listening to this on here. I am actually if you watch the video is going to be on the Seventhfold Project YouTube channel. If you've heard me talk about it a little bit in conversation, if you know me, something that I've been working on behind the scenes. But I think this topic that I want to talk about today is really valid in both places. So this is going to be the video that goes on that side, but then it's also going to be a podcast for Meet Cool People as well. So either side, if you are a Meet Cool People podcast listener, I highly recommend, and I will make sure I put this in the show notes, please go to my YouTube channel, which is Seventhfold Projects. And I'll put a link in the notes for it, so you got that. And then if you are watching this on YouTube, I would love for you to check out the Meet Cool People podcast. If you're not familiar with that, Meet Cool People podcast is much more business oriented. Most of the time, I end up interviewing other great people doing cool things in the business community. And then every once in a while, I'll do a solo show, kind of like what we're going to be talking about today. But all of this, I'm setting the stage for that because I'm like, you know what? This is a good topic for both sides. And I didn't feel like the need to record two separate pieces for this. So I'm just going to cross promote it in both places. Today, I want to talk about right effort. And how do we get ultra focused? And there's a couple things I want to talk about with this. Number one, what is right effort? Right effort is a principle out of Buddhism with what they call the Eightfold Path. And right effort is, are you doing the right thing? Are you moving in the right direction? Are you focused on the right actions? That's essentially what it boils down to. And I think in today's world, this is something that we really need to pay a lot more attention to because of the fact that we are bombarded by so many different things in so many different directions right now that people they just don't know what to do. And I keep running into more and more people that are struggling. And I think a lot of it has to do, and I see this with my clients, I see this with prospects that I'm talking to, and I even find this with myself. And that's why this came to the top of the list and top of mind for this topic, is that we are, especially right now, not just with, all the things in social media, but now AI going everywhere, and there's a new platform like every other day. And the thing with it is we end up getting so bombarded by so many different things that we are literally running around, like my running joke, we're running around like cats on cocaine. And there's too much stuff. And we end up falling behind, and we end up not getting the results that we're looking for because of it. And there are so many people that are struggling right now. And a lot of it has to do with because they're putting a little bit of effort towards 150 different things instead of a mass majority of their effort on one or two things. And I think we're at that phase that we have to become consciously aware of this. And if we don't, it's just going to keep spiraling downfall. So there's too many options. There's too many distractions. There's too many gurus saying that their way is the right way to do things. And then we get distracted. We got too many different things. I mean, great example of this. I have a reading list. I have a stack of books on my dining room table right now that are all books I'm going to read. And they're all things that I want to read. And some of them are books by people that I've met. Sometimes they were books that were recommended, things that were given to me, a little bit of all that. And I don't even have time to keep up with all those. And I have training that I'm taking to better myself, to learn more stuff. But I have like 5 different programs that are all in different things for specialties. One on YouTube, one on Substack, another one on just, how to be more effective on your social media, another one related to AI. And they're all things that are important, but which ones are the most important ones? Because I'm going to say most of you are pretty much the same way. We're all having all these distractions, too many voices. We live in the world where we have too many voices that are all chattering in our ear at the same time. And so here's where I want you to stop and really pay attention to this. We as a society need to simplify. We need to stop, slow down, and say, what is the 1 or 2 things that we need to do right now that are going to help us, that are going to help us accomplish that big goal, whatever that is. Okay. This could be personal, could be business. In this concept, I'm going to talk a little bit more on the business side, but the principles apply whether this is on a personal life situation that you're working on or on a business side. But we need to stop and go, okay, what do we need to do? Like, What do we do? What is the thing that we're doing? Who are we solving it for? Who is our audience? Now, on a personal level, this could be, what do I do? I'm a caretaker, and who am I doing it for? Is for my family, right? I mean, that could be what it is. On the business side, we know who our clients are, but you need to get crystal clear on this. You have to be very, very, very clear on this, because it's another thing that I'm seeing right now. The people who are getting better and getting more success are literally ultra niching down. They're getting to super, super tight areas. And so you have to have a crystal clear message of who it is you serve. What do you do for them? What is the problem that they have that you solve? And then you need to go through and say, okay, now if I look at everything that I do, now from a business standpoint, we always want to keep adding more products and services to what we do. I'm guilty of it just like everybody else. Again, that's why we're having this conversation today. And, it's like, okay, well, I could do this and I could add this form, and I want to do this bonus over here, and adding all these different things. And then all of a sudden we're just washed out with 120 different things that we're doing when we're really amazing at like one or two. And so you have to get right back into that. It's like, okay, here's who I help. Here's what I do for them. This is the problem that they solve. And then stick to that thing. Get ultra focused on that thing. And get ultra focused on how do you get in front of those people and share your message of how you solve that problem. Because, again, I'm very guilty of this myself. But one of the biggest problems that I personally run into is that I kind of start spreading out, and I'm helping too many people in too many different things. And next thing I know, I got like 20 different products that I'm selling, and that's not what we don't want to be doing that. And as we go through and simplify this process down, you'll get a lot more clear. And the beauty of it is it simplifies our business and our life in general, because if you're only doing one thing, the more you do that one thing, the better you're going to get, the faster you're going to get at, which means you can technically charge more money for it, because you can charge the same amount of money, but you get it done in less time, which means you actually make more money. So you're able to serve more people working less at the same time, which elevates your income, which puts you in a better place to do other cool things. All right. So that's one of the first things you want to look at is like, okay, if I can get ultra tight on that, and then you turn around, it's like, okay, what are the action steps I need to take to get in front of more of those people and make sure that my message is very clear on how I solve that problem. Now, this is the business side for just a minute, but this is super, super important. And we skip this. And by the way, it works on the personal side too. It's just not quite to the same degree. But if you can go through and say, okay, this is the thing that I do, and this is who I serve, who I do it for, and this is the problem that I'm solving for them. And then everything else you do is to get in front of those people and to do that one thing. Life gets really simple. And I'm going through this myself. Okay. So I do this to myself about every couple of years. All of a sudden I realize that I've kind of blown up and I'm doing 150 different things, and I get very washed out in my message, and I get exhausted. I get burned out. And I'm seeing this from so many people right now. And so I want you to stop and just think about this. Spend some time doing it. Spend a half an hour with this. It's like, what is the thing that you do? How do you serve? Or like, who do you serve? And what's the problem that you solve with that thing? And then your job is to put that into words and share those words with as many people that are the who you serve as possible. And that should be the mass majority of your job. When I work with clients, I'm trying to build like lead magnets and the follow-up system behind the scenes, so we have that message going out consistently once they come in the door. But then once you build that, the majority of your job is to get more people in that machine that does all that stuff. My goal is to build it once for you, so it's there and working forever. But you've got to get people in it. And most people don't spend enough time on that. They keep focusing on, oh, we can now do this thing, and we can expand over here, and we can help these people as well. And you spread out, and then you become washed down, and you become overwhelmed. And you're trying to do too many things in too many places for too many people, and you start slipping. And so that's my challenge for you this week. I want you to stop and really spend a half an hour to an hour on this. It shouldn't take too long, but spend actually truly spend some time on this week and write this out and get crystal clear on it. What do you do? Who do you serve? And what's the problem that you solve with that thing that you do? And get that going. And then once you have that clear, you need to just figure out, okay, how do I find more of those people? And that's it. But don't go back to all the different things. You don't need to be on 500 different social media channels all the time. You don't have to be talking about 32 different things. Simplify it down. There's so much overwhelm in today's world, and we're scattered so much. And I'm finding more and more people that are struggling because of that. They're too busy being busy to actually get any real work done. And like I said, I'm saying this for myself as well. So hopefully that's helpful for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your ideas, your feedback on this. Let me know. Again, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, feel free to leave a comment. If you're listening to this on the podcast, let me know. Reach out to me. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas on this. If this was helpful, I would definitely want to hear about it. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. What are you doing? What's the action step you took after listening to this? Because that tells me that I'm in the right direction here. Get out there, have an awesome week. If there's anything I can do to help you out, reach out and let me know. Take care.